Plenty of material under. Got a couple leaves up. Hey birdies, I'm trying to plant some food for you. You too, look at how big you've gotten. Holy moly. Yeah, I need to get back to making this video. Quit distracting me. I know we have an upcoming frost warning, but I gotta get these things out of the house. They've just been shipped to me, and I gotta get them in the dirt, in pots. Because even though things like these filberts and these grapes and things like that have that gelica in there and they can stay damp, I suppose. Many of these currants, I can't just leave them sitting in here. I can't just keep spraying them. I gotta get them with some rooting powder. I gotta get them potted up, but I have like 60 of these, so I'm gonna have to grab 60 individual pots, go over to my dirt pile, and get them potted up. Morning, Lucy birds. You gonna help me out? Nope. Oh, hello. So I'm pressed for time because today's gonna be the only day I'm free, because tomorrow I got a thing, and then Sunday is school. Monday I'm sheet mulching a lady's property, so we're gonna basically just start shoveling into all these, put the currants in all of these. I have 60 or so of those, and then we'll use these bigger pots for trees, hazelnuts, and whatever else. I mean, we got other pots, but that should do it, I hope. Kneeling down here on the concrete hasn't been the easiest. It'd be nice if there's a little table here, but been pretty simple, just filling up these little pots and transfer them over here, because usually this gets pretty messy. You got to dump it out. But I do want to say that I got all these from buying plants from my local county plant sale, but it's nice to keep all these extra things wherever you can, because you never know when you might reuse them. Because I just bought 60 cuttings, which isn't like too crazy of an order, and now I have all the things that I need to fill it up. I mean, you don't have to buy a mountain of dirt, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna get this done and show you what the big pots look like once I get those filled and get the trees and stuff in them. So I'm gonna start with planting these currants first. Even though these will root pretty readily, I still want to add some of this rooting powder on there just to kind of hedge my bets, I guess, or maximize my chances. Probably unnecessary also, but I have been taking my little pocket knife and just stripping away a little bit of the bark to get to the cadmium, whatever it is, and then that rooting compound will get on there. But it will reroot from these little nodules here and here. Like I said, I'm just trying to maximize. Since I'm here and I got a pocket knife, might as well try to get every single one of these to root instead of 9.5 out of 10. So here to showcase my amazing gardening skills, I'll get some of this on here with one hand, and then simply, so I know one thing, I did make sure that these were pretty stout beforehand, push down, and then just make sure they're secure, and I'll water all these in after that. I do kind of feel the need to reiterate or say again in another way that if you don't want to do all that, if that seems like too much work, a little bit too ridiculous, I'm doing it because it helps me organize, and I can verify that each plant is rooted separately and stuff like that. If you don't want to do that, you can really just simply stick them in the ground, just like this. So I randomly put some peaches in there, and those probably won't root again, except for this apple seems to want to reroot. At least it has enough energy in the tree so far to start to make some leaves. This, I believe, is a pear. This is another peach, but these are elderberries and currant. So here's a elderberry. These larger ones are elderberry, and the smaller ones are currant. And it has been cold, so I'm not too concerned that they haven't leafed out incredibly. But really, you get an elderberry or a currant, a gooseberry, anything like that in touch with soil. Look at this. This is one of the reasons why I ended up putting them in the pots, because animals were digging in here, and now I guess I'll have to replant this one somewhere else. So for example, this is all you need to do: strip out the cadmium layer or whatever, and just stick it simply in the ground. I'm gonna increase my chances, give it a little extra help, a little bit of the rooting compound, and then just stick it in the ground. Oh. We got plenty of material under, got a couple leaves up. Hey birdies, I'm trying to plant some food for you. You too, look at how big you've gotten. Holy moly. Yeah, I need to get back to making this video. Quit distracting me. All the black currants, red currants are in. Got a couple more extra red currants, so I stuck those randomly. Next is to do these filberts or hazelnuts and one random blueberry. So it's kind of nice. I had 4 for the filbert and 1 for the blueberry. I just got to shovel in some dirt and get those in. Then I'll be on to the trees. So we've got a pretty good start here, and I just moved on to the difficult part. So as you can see, as I fall down, that I have this set of filberts right here, and they're big enough that they really should be in different pots. So I have a number of pots that are roughly the same size, and it's a good thing that we had them separated by size, because this would have been an impossible job if that wasn't true. But in the case of these pawpaws, I've had a lot of trouble, and I got to plant these quick before they dry out, but I've had a difficulty keeping these around because they get eaten a lot in the summer. And then with the cold snap coming up, I'm really worried about these, and then some American persimmons right there. So we're actually going to plant them all in one, so that'd be kind of a healing in. We'll put some space in between, but we're going to do that with that and those persimmons. We'll get these each separated, and then we have a number of other trees that we can just put in. It's easy when it's, you know, 1 hazelnut or 1 blueberry, but stuff like this, you got to kind of watch out. These are definitely going to come inside tonight for the next few days until the danger of frost and freezing is over. And we are all done. That was actually a little bit more hard work than I expected. I was just thinking that some people in my life have actually told me that I had too many pots, and that there is no way I could possibly use all of them. As you can see, I've used up just about every size imaginable, and I'm pretty happy that it worked out that way. Just to run through, we have the currants, the red currants here, and we have the black currants. Got 32 of each. We actually planted out an extra 2, so there's supposed to be 30 of each. We actually got 34, which is really cool. And these are filbert hazelnuts. We got each of those planted out. That's a bagged blueberry that we got from Rural King. Here are 4 more hazelnuts, a little bit smaller, but those are potted out. We got everything watered in. This is a rhubarb, rhubarb that I'd ordered. This is just the second one that I had, and we'll see how well that does. And then here we have a couple of other ones that are kind of maybe strange. There's Turkish rocket, so that's Turkish rocket, and then this is Fuki. There's a Fuki. That's what these 3 pots are. And then we move down here, and these are 3 peaches, and they're not sure what kind of peaches they are, but so after we get through the 3 peaches here, then we have 2 all-in-one almond trees. Those, it's amazing for these trees, the roots were like this because they basically just cut around where it was planted in the nursery, which is kind of scary. But I put them pretty high up in the pot, and they have really good composted soil in there, so that should do okay. I've actually thought about pruning those, but we'll see after the next couple of days what we decide to do. These 2 are grapes, and champagne seedless grape. So it's supposed to fruit this year. Yeah, I don't know about that. I've never seen anything get potted, transplanted, shipped, and grow any fruit that same year. And then here's the kind of the showstopper, our Russian pomegranate. So this should be actually good through zone 5. So we'll see, maybe even zone 4, but I'm not sure. I'm still a little wary about the coming cold snap, but I can't leave them inside where they were. and I don't have a place out of the wind to put them. So this is what we're going to do this year, and maybe next year we'll have a better place out of the wind to put them. So thank you for watching. I'm going to go check on the chickens, and hope everybody's enjoying the few minutes of warm weather like I did. It actually stopped raining, the sun came out while I was doing all that, so I got to take off my hat. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.